Hello and welcome to Twenties Aplenty and our continuing weekly campaign, the Headhunter Chronicles, a D&D adventure involving random people that met on the internet. In today's video, our group say a sad farewell to Yinran, but meet a new friend on the way back to Katan City, played by new group member Sam. If you enjoyed today's video, please remember to like and subscribe. Either way, we'd like to know what you think, so please leave a comment below. And with that, we hope you enjoy today's episode.
We travel and roll, our intentions are good. Maybe. We fight, at times polite. It's DnD.
So, when last we set off, the group were in the middle of a battle against a number of statues that only seemed to move when you weren't looking at them, and you were in this cloud of darkness. I think by that point, Amanita had cast Fairy Fire on them, and Varric and Cleo had used a few Thunder Waves. It took about half the session last time, but in the end, the group defeated them. There was only 8 of them. There was a number of just statues there as well. Thanks to Lucy with a fireball, Varric with his lightning, Amanita doubling the size of Varric, and a few other attacks. The group managed to destroy them. As soon as the last one went down, the darkness cleared and they found themselves back in the valley on the way to the Sanctuary of Light. At that point, Lucy and Amanita, who was in bear form by this time, rather frustrated because she never got to hit anything, decided to go around and destroy the rest of the statues. Just in case. The group had a bit of a short rest and some healing, and then continued up into the valley. After a while, the sides of the valley got steeper and steeper, and the group ended up in a narrow chasm. About 20 minutes after that, they came to a fork in the road, and the chasm just forked. After the group sat there for quite some time, Amanita trying to smell the air to see if there was any smells, Lucy flipping a coin and being insistent that the group go left. Cleo sensed the air was warmer to the left, so the whole group went to the left. After having a conversation with Yin about his goddess, the group moved on, took the left-hand path and moved on a bit further. After Yinran said, well, my goddess is about sun. So they decided the warm path would be the path to follow. Next, they come to another fork. This time the air was warm both ways, but the air to the right was warmer. Lucy flipped his coin and it said right, so the group went right. Then they came to an intersection of 3, so 3 potential paths. And it was slightly different because these paths each had a glow in the distance. One had a yellow glow, the middle one had an orange glow, and then there was a white glow at the end. Yinran was insistent they went down towards white glow, but everybody else was less convinced. Lucy flipped his coin. A couple of times I would have guessed. Which decided that the group would go down the middle and follow the orange path. As the group proceeded, the air grew much warmer. In fact, it was beginning to become stifling, and after a while, they could see an orange glow come in front of them, and they could hear splattering behind them, almost like rain. Suddenly there was a bit of a rumble, and lava began to rain down on top of them. They turned and ran. Unfortunately, Amanita got succumbed by the lava. Varric scooped her up and put her in his pocket, and then the group were getting hit with lava as they legged it back down the chasm. Eventually, they thought they'd got past, and they had. They managed to get to the end, apart from a stream that burst out of the side of the cliff and hit Lucy. I think Lucy was quite lucky. He was fire resistant, or else he would have been unconscious as well. So the group then turned and headed down the right path. I think there was another junction as well with shadows or orange light. But once they were through it all, they ended up in this large circular, another chasm, but it was large and circular. It was full of greenery in the bottom. It was really bright light. And there was this like little pond to one edge, and high up, about 450 feet in the air, was a tunnel into the cliff edge. And below there were three concrete pipes. The group went in and had a bit of a rest to recover, and a bit of a heal to recover from some of the pain of the lava. Lucy examined the pond and found that there was porous holes in the bottom, but no passageway out of the big chasm. As they entered, the chasm had shut behind them as well, so they were just in this big circular like vessel, cut like a cup, of a cylinder with sheer cliff face all around. In the end, the group, Amanita discussed it with, asked some of the trees what they thought about if people had been there previously. The answer was yes, and how to get out. She sensed from the trees that two things. One was that they could, most people exited through the tunnel at the top, and also that they regretted them leaving. So the group decided to cast Fly, or Varric and Lucy did. Amanita could fly anyway. The others got carried up towards the tunnel. As they did, they heard a rumbling and the tunnel closed. They discovered that the pipes below the tunnel, though, were actually blocked. So the group took some time unblocking the pipes of rubble using numerous spells. A bit of freezing and thawing and a bit of blasting the concrete away seemed to work. And then water started to fill the chasm. The others were kind of taken down. Those that couldn't fly and did magic went down to the bottom. And as the water rose up, the tunnel opened once more and the group made their way through. Inside was a continuation of the valley, the stream they'd been following up to the point where they encountered the chasms, reappeared, and they ended up in this kind of lush valley. It smelled like a fresh summer meadow. There was pollen in the air. It looked like a scene from mid-spring. Flowers had bloomed, rabbits and squirrels and lots of wildlife, lots of greenery. And in the middle of all this was a big clearing with a number of wooden buildings that were decorated with shells and mother of pearl, or like the inside of shells. It was all kind of pearlescent and shiny, even though there wasn't any kind of sea anywhere around. There were seashells, and that was the sanctuary. In the middle was a big dais, and an elderly gentleman was sat on the dais. It had pillars covered in mother of pearl, but it had a wooden base, and then a wooden roof that again was decorated. They approached the old man with the beard, and he greeted them and welcomed them to the Sanctuary of Light. He said he sensed they'd come seeking answers, but were they asking the right question? Turning to Yin. Yin dropped a bit of a bombshell by announcing that he would like to go home. The man commented that he sensed the end of Yin's life was approaching and asked what he had seen of his next life. The discussion went on and Yin looked entirely exhausted as he was gradually, over the last few days, week, had gradually got more and more tired. You know, the group would go off doing stuff and Yin would go nip to the pub and have a drink, for example. He could sense the end of his life was coming. He lay down and exhausted and shut his eyes. The monks had agreed to give him passage back to the Elven Realms in Metataria. And that left the group to say not quite their farewells, because they were told that Yin they'd be able to see Yin again once he'd rested. And Manita actually snuck into his pocket, and that's where she is at the moment. And Lucy said the words, "You better not leave me as well." Having been the only one left from the beginning, Yin was the first person to join the group. So probably felt like an old friend and probably more like a sibling, given the whole head shaving incident. Not a moment I'm proud of as a DM. Did not have let it happen, but hey ho, everybody thought it was funny, which is the main thing, I guess. So as they left, Yin ran to get some rest. They looked around and they could see lots of monks kind of scurrying around, busying themselves. And then they saw two other people that stuck out. There was a man sat upon a rock, which looked similar to the vibrating rock that the group had, well, vibrating according to Varric, that the group had found at the top of a mountain when looking for the Sanctuary of Light. And he seemed quite frustrated. He was shouting things and punching the rock as he was sat upon it. And then there was this grey-skinned looking elf with silver hair, looking at a crumbled piece of paper, studying it, reading it for the 100th time, trying to make sense of what it said. They approached the elf in true Lucy fashion he greeted her with a, "What are you looking at?" And the penny dropped. Her eyes lit up. She looked at Lucy, then at Varric, and said, "Horns, scales." And Lucy's then started using disguise self to go into multiple different forms and show him with scales, and then show him with human, show him with so on and so forth. And it turned out that the riddle that she had linked to the group. She explained that she was on a quest to help with the human troubles and invited the group for some, quote, monk-type drink, monk-type alcohol, monk-type wine, I think it was, wasn't it? So the group disappeared into a little bar area. And that's where we pick up. So you guys are heading towards a little wooden shack with a picture of a tankard on the outside, made out of seashells. And they're kind of a bit of mother of pearl. It's like a glass tankard, you can see. And you can see at the top is like mother of pearl, the head of a beer. So you head in and there are numerous monks wandering around of different races. You see a Dragonborn and you see humans and you see elves. Behind the bar is a number of barrels. You get the impression they brew their own ale here, and that's about the only thing they've got from what you could see. And because there's only one tap, only one of the barrels has been tapped, and there's an elf with a shaven head. Behind is an elf with a shaven head behind the bar. Greetings.
Hello.
Can I help?
Drinks? Anyone?
Okay. As you wish. Then he goes
That was not the question. I should really learn how to speak to people.
he just starts pouring drinks for everybody and just starts putting them on the bar.
But-
Enjoy.
Money? Gold?
No.
No?
We have no need for that here.
And turn down a free drink. I'll just take my tankard off the desk.
Yeah, I agree. I quite like you. Thanks, I guess.
Good day.
I'll pick up my tankard and kind of like, cheers.
Cool.
Is it just me, or is the monk and bar a bit strange?
I think all the monks around here are a bit strange.
I mean, yes. Well, I haven't been here long, but kind of agree.
That being said, the fact they've got a tavern or some sort of drinking establishment around here, considering that our old friend didn't drink too much, is a bit strange.
Well, I mean, he could have had his own reasons. I've seen monks all around that drink and party, and not everybody as I have, I think.
Well,
The monks where I come from is, yeah, a bit strange.
can't see I've hung around with too many monks in my time either, so...
Oh, you've not?
No, not really. Apart from the one, my old friend, who's here at the moment. I didn't really interact with any of the other ones back home.
What about priest?
Don't think so.
No?
No, nothing. No,
Holy people?
nah.
Ah, alright. How about you, Lucy? I think that's his name, right?
What
Yeah.
have we done?
I was asking if you hang around a lot of holy people like monks and priests and...
No, not really.
Ah,
Well,
I don't-
no, but not really. Yeah, sometimes.
yes. Oh, okay. Well, just asking, I'm just curious.
Cleo will be like, yeah, just the bald-headed fellow that accompanied us that we have just said goodbye to.
Well, it fits in you if it's bold. Not seen much hair around.
Nothing wrong with being bald. I'm gonna just rub the top of my head.
I quite like my hair, thank you. And I'll flip my hair out. It's quite long, like long white hair, but there's like little gold pieces in it as well. And I was like, just flip it out, just I'm quite proud of it.
Well, my friend, he turns to Varrock. You will be surprised to know that you have hair. Your scales are effectively like hair. They're just thicker and more robust.
I don't think that's an accurate description for my scales. I would say they're like a hardened armor, and they protect me in combat. I wouldn't say they're like hair, though. Maybe my horns, but not so much my hair.
Are they kind of made out of the same substance, aren't they?
No.
At that point, Lucy will
Are
raise
your
his
fingernails
glass.
the same as your hair?
Yes! Yes!
No, they're
It's-
not. Don't lie. Just don't talk about it.
Alright,
Whatever.
do you want another drink then?
Yes.
Yeah, because I kind of see yours is empty.
At that point, Lucy will raise his glass and point to Varric and go, to the hairy boy!
I'm not hairy. I
To the
swear.
hairy
It
boy!
is not hair.
To the hairy boy, yeah? and I'll kind of stand up and like look if the mugs, if I can get the mugs' attention. Like, everybody, can we just have a toast to our lovely little hairy boy over here?
So, what few monks are in the tavern kind of turn, just kind of give a little nod and have a little drink. So,
See, they're not too enthralled by it. It's fine. They don't really agree. They're just drinking because they want to drink. It's fine.
I suspect some of them may have a vow of silence, like our friend, a Dragonborn friend in Katan City, Harmony.
That
Oh,
must
his
be
name
the
is-
hardest thing ever, is to have a vow of silence.
Maybe. Not talking's just pretty easy. You just don't talk, so I imagine it'd be fine.
You
can
just
write
don't
and
talk.
gesture. You know, it's fine. You don't need to.
No, I talk with my hands in general. This is not miming.
Some people can mime. You seen those people who put themselves in invisible boxes? Crazy.
Have you been dropped on your head?
No,
Ah,
I'm telling you,
uh,
it happens.
yeah. Uh-uh.
So, to business then. You wanted to have a conversation. What is your this quest you speak of?
Oh God, a woman can't even have a drink and then she's bombarded by questions. So, this quest is, well, long story short, it's part of, the human squaggles, and Mother didn't want to get involved, but I'm here. It's to find some artifact. The lady from over the waters has sent the information needed, and when the information came that you lovable lot might be able to help, well, I've only just figured out it's your lovable lot, and I kind of hope it's your lovable lot, but hey.
Mention artifact.
Yes.
What particular artifact are you talking?
There's a couple. I'll, like, if you sit next to me, I'll, like, turn and, like, lean into you having a conversation with it. There's a couple. More than I can count, if unfair.
And do these artifacts have some sort of significant importance?
No. Yes, I suppose, to the war and stopping some unspeakable truth coming to the world and evil and destroying everything in its path. For me, it's just another day job.
He leans back and the Cleo leans back and he looks at Varric and Lucy.
I don't know. I'll turn to Lucy.
I mean, I'm not gonna bite or lie. I'm a woman of truth.
You say that, but I'm positive that that's not entirely true.
Oh, why?
Well, you can't get through life without lying a little, at least.
Oh, you definitely can, friend.
Mm.
Do you think, Lucy, that this lady has similar goals to us?
If it helps your conclusion, does the name Larissa ring a bell?
He looks at Lucy. Cleo looks at Lucy. Raises an eyebrow.
Well,
Oh, sorry. If any of you had been looking at Lucy, you would have noticed him just staring quite pensively at Varric's scales. Then he would notice
Amazing.
that you guys were. What? Sorry? What'd I miss?
Okay. Does the name Larissa ring a bell to you, by any chance?
Maybe.
Well, that's where we got the information of this artifact and helping.
Maybe she's giving it to more people. I mean,
Marty's given the request to help to my mother. My mother was not keen, but there is a priest in a court that knows the necessity of this.
okay. Yeah, we know her. We stayed in her house. Actually, I think we own her house.
You what? You own this lady's house?
I really do not want to get involved with your personal relationships. I'm just here to help. But, we've got... So, are you here for the artifacts, or are you here to drink the monk's wine and go back home?
¿Por qué no los dos?
Ay.
I think a little of column A and a little of column B would be his answer. Lucy, I think this good lady has a similar objective to us. Maybe we should put our respective resources together whilst it is in our interests.
Well, you might just turn out liking me. Yes.
I'll let time tell me that one.
She kind of just leaves. Just like lean back with Varric saying
Varric's just giving you the yin treatment.
I don't mean to intrude too much. I don't know about everyone else's personal quests or anything like that. I only recently discovered a little bit about it anyway. But for someone that we've just bumped into to all of a suddenly have the same quests as my other companions, it seems a little far-fetched. Maybe you were sent here, but how did you know you'd find us here is the question. Now, I'm not saying...
honestly and truly, I've got no fucking clue. The priest came with his little riddle, saying, "This is the information, there you go, I've got it from my god." My god said yes, and off I went. And here I am. Who knows, maybe gods are nice.
Maybe. Well...
Have you tried speaking to them?
I don't need to. I've got my magic. I don't need to speak to no gods. Anyway, Lucy, this is your call. If you want to take her on board, I don't mind, but I'm leaving this decision to you.
I mean, I don't bite. Yet.
Sorry, I just remembered when we pretended to be God to Amanita.
I was like,
Yes!
Anyway, well, I'm fine if you guys are game. I'm you know me. More the merrier.
I mean, like I said, I don't bite. Yet.
I don't want any biting. My scales are old and worn enough, so that's a...
I mean, have you tried?
Yeah, chewing
What?
your hair is a bad habit. Don't do that.
It's not hair, I swear. I'm gonna.
It's definitely hair.
It's not hair.
My bad.
It's definitely hair, my friend. Anyway, so you learned. Isn't there one missing of your bands? Something with wings.
Yes, where is our mushroom friend?
She's with Yinran, isn't she?
Messenger?
Probably somewhere warm.
I'm not asking questions anymore.
Perhaps we should go and retrieve her, make sure she is happy with this new arrangement.
Yes, a good
Oh.
idea.
I'll be where the wine is flowing.
We'll be back, I'm sure. I kind of just hand my
Or I'll
pint to
just
you.
find you. You know.
As we leave, I'll just turn to Varric. Is it really hair?
It's not hair. I swear it's not hair.
You haven't inadvertently started something now, haven't I?
If I wake up, Lucy, and you're trying to shave my scales off, I am gonna bite you, I swear. It's a no-go. It's not happening. I heard what you did to Yinran. It's not happening with me, I swear.
That was a completely strange and specific circumstance, and lots of things led to that. And you're fine. I don't
just
shoot
want-
things with sharp teeth.
Right, I just want to be clear here that I will bite you. I will.
Cool, no worries. But you're saying that would technically be shaving.
It's not shaving. It's more like peeling, prying. You or ripping them off of me.
I think it would hurt.
Yeah, I think so too.
It would be like pulling hair out. And also, your razor would not be usable afterwards.
But I could add the title of He Who Shaved the Dragonborn.
You can.
I'm joking, I'm not going to do it. I'm just hypothetical, that's all. Anyway, let's find...
What is Lucy's titles at the moment?
Currently, he has a few. There's He Who Rides the Lightning. Yeah, there's 3 of them. I've got them written down somewhere in my notes.
Okay.
Yeah, I said your thing.
I'll let you catch up.
Yeah. Anyway, let's find Amanita.
Yeah.
Oh dear. I'm going to say no to that now,
Oh, shit!
mainly because I don't think it's in their character.
Oh,
Given some of them have had vows of silence.
that would be amazing.
You'll just have to lose his song.
You have
Might
no
be the
idea.
case.
You have no idea how hard it was to stay quiet in that entire exchange.
So, you head into the dais again, and that kind of little side area. Yin is still asleep on cushions. Last you know, Amanita was in his pocket. So, Varric and Lucy, what are you doing?
That's Yinran over there, right? That is him. That's not just some other bald monk, right?
As I can tell, yeah. You don't seem... Well, yeah,
Yeah.
maybe. Now, look, if we're going through his pockets, can you promise me if he tries to punch me, you will stop him?
Sure.
Okay. Guess we'll go over and try and find Amanita.
See to pat him down as he's sleeping.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I'm letting Lucy do all the work. I just want to be like, Lucy's doing all the work, and I'm kind of just a bit back.
Yeah, figured.
When you put your head, when you put your hand in Varric's pocket,
Ian's pocket.
Yin's pocket, like somebody trying to get into Lucy's pants.
I know.
You find something ice cold. It immediately starts to kind of snuggle up to your warm hand, and you realise it's Amanita trying to get some warmth. She is really, really cold.
Why are you cold? What's going on?
So cold.
Create bonfire on the ground. Go on, heat up. What's going on?
Right next to the body of your sleeping friend.
It's controlled. You know, I'm sure.
So they wouldn't. So you see all these monks rush to get pails of water as the dais begins to burn.
Jesus Christ, Lucy!
What? She's cold.
Lord Denethor.
The voice of Ian will just echo through your mind.
I'll throw Yin over my shoulder and proceed to start moving it outside of the burning dais.
This is the point where you
Come on,
have to
Lucy, let's
realize
go.
Lucy doesn't know what a dais is. Yeah.
Think of it as like a big bandstand, but made of wood.
Yeah,
I know
Lucy doesn't know that.
Very flammable.
Well, it's not a dais anymore. Now it's a fire.
Exactly. You know, it's fire. It warmth.
Oh dear.
You just follow vibe going, what?
So Amanita, while all this is going on, Amanita's just trying to get. I'm imagining trying to get warm. Until this big monk runs up with a bucket of water, gets ready to throw. Are you going to do anything? No.
Nah, I should.
Throws it on the fire, and you get covered in water, which doesn't really help your cold situation. You're just cold and wet now.
Amanita does not look happy.
Right, now Lucy, please set a fire on something that isn't flammable so that we can heat up and rest our friends. Like over here on this patch of grass. I don't actually hold. No, wait. Let me touch the grass.
Already on fire.
Before.
Oh. Amanita's just
I'm learning
like.
from these encounters.
Amanita's just like slightly throwing a tantrum, just like huffing and puffing, and just like. It's like.
Don't blame me. I tried to heat you up.
Amanita, you can get into my pocket. It's fine. I open it up and I kind of put Yinran on the ground and I open up my pocket so that Amanita can get in. And I proceed to. I mean, is the grass on fire? Is it like burning all everywhere now, or is it just a controlled little bonfire?
It's a controlled bonfire.
Yeah, okay.
He picked a rather clear spot for it to, or you picked a rather clear spot to point at. So did you say you had hold of Yinran as well at one point?
Yeah, I picked Yinran up as the whole
Right.
gazebo thing was on fire, so picked him up and then I've put him down now, so he's beside the bonfire. But not too close that he's burning, just close enough to stay warm.
So
So,
meanwhile, chaos is going on behind you as they're trying to put this fire out.
So anyway, why are you so
Right.
cold, Amanita?
You're not getting much out of her. She's having a tantrum.
Well,
You're
that's
like
fine.
a 4-year-old.
A little bit of a.
Yeah.
Oh, bless her!
It's fine, we're beside a fire now, and I'm just completely ignoring the burning thing behind me.
At this point, Yin kind of begins to stir a little bit. Does regain consciousness. And just kind of smiles. Almost at peace. the rest of you just probably don't notice him sat there watching you. And as he begins to sit up, the man with the long grey beard that you first met when you arrived walks over. My friends, it is time. Please say your goodbyes. And we shall have your friend on his way.
Huh? What do you mean?
He needs to go home, doesn't he, Lucy?
What?
Yinran's leaving. He's going home. We
What?
talked about this literally 2 minutes. Like
He was just
like
having a nap.
10, 15. Yeah, but then the old guy here said to us that he needs to go home.
Fuck the old guy. What?
I mean, look
Too
at
much
him.
change.
It is too much change. You are right. I understand that. But look at him. Yinran's tired. Look at him.
That's just because he's not got his hair. It's fine. It will grow back. Fine.
I think it's more than not having hair at this point, Lucy.
With
Look,
go on.
so I was to say, I pat Lucy on the shoulder. We need to let him go home. Otherwise, he's. I don't think he can make it that far anymore.
With Amanita's gonna literally, seeing Yin awake, she's gonna literally pelt it over to him, like crying, sobbing, tears running, and literally grab like his shirt and like kind of rub her face into it, like cuddling him, like.
Like, adorable. She can make you cry. He'll like pat her like that. It's like, it's okay. Lucy will take care of you. Varric's got you. You're fine. A little wet, but you're fine.
You're that she'll hand him, like put something in his hand, and it's the flannel that he gave her. So you look after it as a gift from me. You remember me? And she's like still sobbing and probably tears running down.
He'll give her the softest hug possible, not to squish this little fairy. He'll beckon for Lucy to come over.
Mm-hmm.
He like stretches his hand out, or I'll stretch my hand out. What do you do?
Give him a hug.
Okay. As you,
I thought I was gonna do that.
as you give me a hug, I'll say, well, thank you, and remember to follow the light, brother. And you'll get like a pat on the back of your head, but just lightly, not as hard as usual, just like a little. And he'll not let go for a bit.
Yeah, so will Lucy. Yinran, could you do a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, what are you doing? What are you doing, felt man?
Gonna try and charm you into staying.
Fucking grasp.
One of the two. He's not a smart boy. Natural 1.
Before we let go, Lucy will just whisper into Yinran's ear. I think you should do a little dance and song for us before you go. Maybe I'm a little teapot? Something for us to remember you by, and then he'll just like stand back.
I'll drop a little flannel in, and then I personally don't know how it goes, but he'll just do a little teapot. Wally's like sat, but you'll try and engage Edmonita like you do with like a 2-year-old while you're doing this song.
Oh, yeah.
And then,
No.
so that he comes out of it, I'll say, "Great, now you should slap yourself."
Fine! He won't laugh at himself.
Now he's no longer charmed.
Little. I'll just laugh and say.
And then Cleo will just say, "Take care, my friend." And make sure our homeland is safe. Take care of our people.
And I'll look over to Farah. No, look him up and down. You're a strange bastard, but I like you.
That makes two of us.
I'll, like, stretch my hand out.
Shake his hand.
And I look to the grey guy, the old guy with the grey hair. I'm like, time to go.
And with that, he escorts you to the stream where there are a couple of monks in a little, like, canoe type, kayak type board, to which they help you in. You're wrapped in a blanket and given a bag of provisions. And then they start rowing away north towards Katan.
If Ian looks back, she'll see Lucy's no longer smiling. You'll just see her.
Cleo will put his hand on Lucy's shoulder and say, "Come on, let's get another drink."
Yep, you're around.
When the air is free, I don't mind.
Okay, then all your rounds.
So you go back into this tavern type thing, and Xerath is stood on top of a table trying to whip up some sort of sing-song and failing miserably. On the edge of kind of being obnoxious type of singing along and trying to teach them some words of songs, and they're just like that. Any kind of eye contact she picks up on. So you make your way into the tavern.
You're back! It's just like stand on the table.
Cleo goes to the bar and gets some drinks and brings them over to the table.
I guess I should stop standing on the table now, shouldn't I?
Amanita's got a pint to bathe in, should she wish. And
they'll probably get her one, but she'll just pretty much in her fairy form just be twizzling it around with her finger, like not really touching it, playing with it, if anything.
Cool. So, what are we doing?
Was it Xerath?
Yes, it is. Who's asking?
Varric?
Oh, nice to meet you.
Hi.
Hi.
Shake your hand.
As he shakes his hand, she's like proper, like laying into it. It's just like you didn't expect it from her.
Just kind of shake the hand quickly, let go quickly. I think it'd be in our group's best interest if you came along with us. We're in need of some extra muscle that one of our friends has left us. Actually left us.
What? Hang on. Sorry, talk amongst yourself. Give me 2 seconds.
Sorry.
And by the time we come back, Xerath's got no hair.
No.
Quick shave, that's it.
I
Cool.
found the titles, by the way. It was Lord of the Magic Pants, Finder of Needles and Haystacks, and He Who Rides the Lightning.
I like He Who Rides the Lightning, that's a pretty good one.
That came after a very interesting...
That was a thunder step, wasn't it?
Yeah.
A well-used thunder step as well.
Yeah.
Was that in the... I can't remember, was that the Salty Seaman?
Yeah. The Salty Seaman.
Sorry, Wayne has this thing about tavern names.
Yeah,
We also have one called the Morning Wood.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's outside it's on the edge of a forest of weeping willows, and the sign outside is a weeping willow and a grave.
It's a rather aged community.
Yeah, so it's called the Morning Wood, but morning with a U. And the Duck and Cover Inn. And there's a couple of others that you haven't discovered yet.
Sorry. My apologies.
Aye?
Sorry. What did you say? Partner rudely interrupted.
So you want to come along, I think.
Yeah. Bottom line of it was if Xerath wanted to come along.
Well, does only you want me, or does the whole group want me? You know.
I mean, I'm still unsure on you, but I'm sure the rest of the group doesn't mind.
I mean, I told you I don't bite.
It is a good decision.
Does Lucy believe that she doesn't bite?
Roll an insight check, please.
Does Lucy believe she doesn't bite?
19.
That's a good one.
So, if you want, well, you can whisper a deception to me if you want. But the truth, just tell the truth.
There we go. Don't know if this is going to whisper. We are going to roll it.
Is it /W? Is whisper, I think. Right. Okay. So compare that to the insight. Is all I've got to say.
Yeah. Maybe not. Maybe she does.
You don't sound convinced, Lucy.
Lucy will just be at the seat going...
Cool. So, just to kind of, I'm just conscious that we've got Sam's character to introduce and we're already an hour in. So, we can make our... I'm assuming the group have a few drinks and you share your adventures to date, or some of them. Xerath, and then mention that you're based in Katan City at the moment as you're waiting to get your airship fixed. Probably doesn't seem that as surprised about the whole airship concept as you would have expected. Almost like she's seen one before. And you head out. So, what do you want to do next?
Are we out of the tavern? Or are we like out of the...
You are out of the tavern. Do you say goodbye to Yin? Crazy man with the stone is still there.
I was going to ask.
And
Should we check out the angry man?
Yeah, I think that's the next port of call, isn't it?
I mean, it's been there since I was standing looking at my little piece of paper, so...
And you
Yes.
didn't even ask him what was wrong.
I mean, I was going to ask if he knew what my paper meant, but he was too busy with his bloody stone.
I mean, this place is full of monks, so I imagine it could be some sort of holy stone or something
Come on,
like that.
let's go. Let's go.
so you
I'll,
walk,
elbow at least.
so you walk up to this guy who has now got off the stone, and he's walking round it, looking puzzled.
You're right
Tell
there,
me
mate.
the answer. Just tell me the answer. What's the answer? What do you want from me?
It's a rock, mate. They don't speak.
The priest, he told me it would answer my... It was the answer to my prayers. It would give me the answer as to what the hell was going on in the world. You notice he's got a Metatarian accent.
Okay. And then I'll just, stand behind Varric and go, your turn.
Alright, what were your prayers? What are you trying to find out? Just what's going on in the world.
I want to find out what's happened to my sect.
Your sect, so you're a religious dude, right?
Yes. I was... I'm part of the Church of Firmo.
Oh, we had a friend from the Church of Firmo, actually. They've just left not long ago.
We did?
Yeah. Wasn't Yinran's god Firmo?
Was it? Oh.
I think so. I can't remember.
I didn't pay much attention.
Yeah, me neither. Anyway, yeah, I'm sure if you swim downstream, you might be able to catch... I'm just kidding. I don't know. Why? So, this is the rock, right? And I touched the rock.
Could you do a perception check, please?
No. I'm in the wrong section of my bar. Nine.
Just a rock. You don't get the same kind of sense of vibration you did last time.
Lucy will go up to it and just knock on it. Hello?
Could you do a perception with disadvantage, please?
Yes, absolutely.
Have you tried speaking to your god that other went to a rock?
The lowest would be a 3, a natural 1.
Yeah. Just a rock. So he turns to you and goes, unfortunately, gods only give you the message by signals in the world.
Do they?
Yeah, I've heard otherwise. I try focusing your energy of your god through the rock and try communicating like that, rather than focus on the rock itself. Or something, I imagine.
He's a wise man. I would kind of agree with what you say.
Maybe, but I feel I fear she doesn't have as much power as she once did.
Who?
She's losing followers. The whole reason I'm over here was I was just scared. I don't know. I didn't know what to do, so I just went along with it. I fear she's given. I fear she feels I've betrayed her and won't answer my questions. But I need
you
to show her
been
them. Some at our temple in Elf's Edge, they changed. They've been drawn by darker powers and started worshipping dark beings and Ulrich and his followers, and they burnt our texts. They ransacked the place. But those who resisted, they were murdered. I just couldn't. So I went along and they took us onto a ship. And strangely enough, they got through the blockade. There was a signal they had to show not to be attacked, and we were on a ship called the Destiny. It brought us to Katan City. When we landed, I slipped away. I'd heard there was a sanctuary here in the Valley of Light. It was the only place I could think of. It was the only place in Catan I'd heard of that worshipped our god, and so I made my way here while the others, they headed off to I don't know where they were going. They headed east along the road. We got to the edge of the mountains, and I just turned and headed in that direction. I think I need to repay my god. I need to ask her for forgiveness. I just. I think you're right. Maybe I need to try and channel somehow.
I mean, the first step to forgiveness is understanding where you went wrong. So,
I mean, is it really?
that's what I've heard. That's what I heard. You know what you did wrong. You went along with it because you were scared. You were weak-willed, I would imagine. So you just went along with it. Didn't want to get killed for your god or anything like that. And now here you are, hiding away while what's left of your troop have gone east.
I'm sorry, did you just say a man that was scared for his own life was weak-willed?
Yeah. He's a monkey. Hey, I look him up and down. You got your god to follow, and you abandoned that principle.
I mean, there's a difference between following a god and having common sense.
Not common sense. You don't know what you could have done if you stood up and fight for it.
He probably would have died against billions of soldiers looking at him and burning his temple down.
Was it billions, or was it just the other members of his sect? You don't know. Anyway, you should stand up for your principles.
Yes, you should stand up for your principles, but not be an idiot about standing up for your principles.
I don't know, you would have died a hero, in my opinion. Just saying.
He would have been dead, in my opinion. He's now here. He can now take a step further, forgive himself, and move on. And do something greater with his life.
Sure. But if it's God's not going to talk to him, where's he going to get the power to do that?
Talk to another god.
So at this point, Cleo will go, what's done is done. You just need to follow the right path for you at this point in time. If that means you get forgiveness from your god, then you never know, it might turn out to be the right decision overall if you end up doing more good than you would have done otherwise. You're a long time dead.
I kind of think Cleo agrees.
I think we leave this man to his contemplation.
Yeah, I think so too. I kind of just turn and walk away.
I like tap on Cleo, like, you do agree, right? That was right. Yeah. Yes?
It is not a competition of who is right or wrong, it's just...
It's always a competition of who's right or wrong.
Lucy, are you coming? Can you, Charlie?
Yeah, on my way.
You seem a bit distracted.
Yeah, but I'm always yeah, it's normal. So where are we going?
I think we should find the old man to find a way out of here. I don't particularly like this monk village anymore, and I can't remember how we got in or how we get out.
I could always make.
Did we end up taking a long rest?
I think so.
You haven't yet.
Have we not?
You have literally landed and said good. Well, laid Yinran down for sleep, and then went to the pub, and then came back and woke him up, and
Burned down his place of sleeping.
and then said goodbye to him, and then talked to a man about a rock.
Yeah.
So DM, is there a route you would think would be best served in us finding Sam? We need to get him in the cave.
Yeah,
I'm
that
still wandering the wilderness, just wondering where the hell everyone went.
So, I would imagine you guys find the I'm trying to think what time of day it is. It's probably starting to get on for evening, to tell you the truth.
Okay.
So I would imagine they would give you lodgings. You would get up in the morning, have something to eat, and they would show you a path to follow, which leads you back down into the next valley and then out again. It's a path that can only be traversed in one direction because it is quite steep and involves a couple of places where you've got to jump down, where you wouldn't necessarily climb up. It also looks as though it shifts now and again as well.
No lava traps, right? Just want to clarify with the old man.
No lava traps.
Yeah, I don't think I can handle that again.
As you're making your way down this particularly steep path, you hear you've made your way down a little bit, and you're on a flat bit, having just jumped across a few things. You hear gravel move on the path behind you. You look up. You seemingly don't see anything initially. What do you do?
not going crazy, right?
No, I heard that too.
You're not. Headhunters, right?
Who? Huh?
Your name. Your group name. The Headhunters.
Do you have a name?
I'm not the
I
only
turned
one.
to
Is that right?
No, my name's Xerath Havenbrand, and if you don't show yourself, I will find you and.
Oh, yeah. I should tell you guys, yeah, our group's called the Headhunters.
Nice to know.
In case they didn't.
I'll kind of like have my hand on my sword, like at it ready.
Spare the theatrics for those who respond to them, and he'll step out of the shadows. It's a kobold. A very short, gangly, drab-skinned kobold.
What?
Hiya!
What in mother's name is that?
That would be another sentient creature.
Yeah, it's a bit harsh, Xerath. This thing obviously has a name.
I mean, I
Really?
probably think it has a name it can talk, but what the hell is that?
A name which I should note you haven't bothered to ask yet. I thought
I'm not getting there
it's sort of
yet.
custom among the elven peoples.
I'm not a fucking elf. What are you?
I am what we call, I suppose some of us call, of course, the forest folk. Most of us spend our time mining. In the common tongue, we're known as kobolds.
Right. Now we get to the main part. What's your name?
Horsk.
Say again.
Korsk?
Korsk.
That will do. Yes.
Korsk? Right.
Right.
You can call me.
Most of my associates at the college call me Quark, if you must know.
Korsk or Cork? I think I'll stick with Korsk. Now, Korsk, you have us at a disadvantage. How did you find us? Why are we so easy to find? And are you here to hunt us? Are you here to hurt us?
And
That's the question.
extra question: are we?
Say again.
If I came here to hunt you, I would not be coming here on my own, nor would I reveal myself. I would bring a party of competent wizards with me. Unfortunately, of course, I'm lacking these facilities, and I have no reason to hurt you.
Guys, I think
You will kind of see Xerath like mimicking you, like in a way of annoyance.
He just ignores you. I got your description from a lady called Sybil, as a friend of mine at the college. I was actually out here on an errand at her request. However, having heard some of the, shall we say, wilder stories she related, it sounds like your group has a remarkable success rate when it comes to finding interesting artifacts.
Do we?
I mean, dude,
I don't know. I only
look
know
at
you
me.
by
I literally just got here.
what?
Well, I didn't track them down by looking for you. It was the tiefling and the dragonborn that really gave you away.
Well, there you go. And they don't fucking know either.
Amanita will pull on Varric's jacket and be like, "Am I an artifact?"
I don't think so. Why am I known? I've not helped any artifacts. Why am I part of this group? Am I just that standing out? Anyway,
I mean, you got scales fair, so.
I'm gonna bite you, Xerath. I swear on
Please
whatever
do.
god you follow, I'm gonna make sure it hurts. Anyway,
We seem to be getting sidetracked. The point is, I've heard some tales of your accomplishments, and I find myself in a position where I need to be out of town for a while. Perhaps we could come to some mutual arrangement in exchange for some services.
sure. I guess. I mean, if, the more the merrier, as Lucy just told me yesterday. But what are your skills? I kind of invite him over towards the group.
He'll step over and pull back his coat, which you notice, it's 3/4, but it was clearly tailored for a human. So on him, it looks like it's a robe. And at his side, you see a satchel and a bandolier running across his body, which is fitted with a series of vials, flasks, several tools that you've never really seen before, not even in the time you're in Katan City. And he'll... I'm an alchemist. Self-taught at that.
So you blow shit up.
I don't know if blowing shit up's the
Nothing-
right word. Maybe
nothing so crass.
I mean, it's a question, right? I'm allowed to ask you a question.
I mean, I can blow stuff up when I feel like it, but my expertise is more in, how do you say it? What's the word for, this is Sam talking. What's the word for a potion that makes you stronger? I just can't think of what the language is for it.
Enhancement?
Enhancement.
Supplements.
Little supplements.
Steroids, there we are.
So do you do experiments then?
Absolutely. When I can find the resources for it, of course. Being
You're
an
not gonna-
independent, it's fairly hard to acquire the funding, though I get by.
And just for the safety of the group, you're not going to try experimenting on us, are you?
I hope not.
Not without permission. I am not
alright.
that uncultured.
It's alright, I've got a sorted for that.
Why would you think I would run these experiments on you anyway? Have you encountered anyone like that recently?
No, it just our group seems to have a habit of getting into trouble, and I mean, we literally, yeah. So it's just got to be safe. They're inviting you into the group, so imagine we just gotta, just in case.
I would say that when Sybil left us, we left her making experiments on Baron Erin. So
You left somebody experimenting on somebody else.
he was a vampire.
Yeah, he's a vampire. It's fine.
She wanted to know about his regenerative. What's that word?
At this stage, I don't think I want to know any more, Cleo. Thank you.
Yeah, well, if this gentleman, that is the right term, isn't it, for a kobold? Apologies if that is offensive, but
Oh, not at all. It's better than the words most of us receive.
if this gentleman is big with her, I wouldn't think it was unfeasible that he maybe lives by the same standards.
Probably.
Oh, Sybil! I understand who we're talking about now. Right? Okay. I was lost for a second there.
As you guys are like saying this, and as you know, speaking, Amnita's like put her hood up and kind of like sectioned herself away, like turning away, just like she still looks quite not as comfortable and a little bit unhappy, but she's still listening. But
So what brings you into the mountains?
So, I had to leave city for a while after some excitement, shall we say. Sybil found me a job to do, tracking this group of magically gifted individuals. It was believed that they had recovered an artifact of value and that they head into the mountains around here as a base.
Wait, are we the magically gifted?
Oh, no.
Oh.
I think
She spoke of you in very different terms.
Oh. Wait, so you're saying there's somebody around here?
These people are affiliated with the Sorcerer's Circle in Katan City.
Oh.
We tried speaking to them, but they didn't give us an audience, so
I'm not surprised. They aren't exactly on amicable terms with the college either.
right. Okay.
Did you find out where they were?
Yes. I have to return to Katan City to give her this information, of course.
What about if, say somebody wanted to maybe just peek in and see what they're up to?
Well, if you can make some steps to establishing more intelligence.
Excuse
I believe
me, what?
Intelligence being a
I
series
know
of
what the
practices.
fuck intelligence means, and I want to know why you insulting it.
What? No, he's not insulting. He's asking us to get information, I think.
Yes.
I don't
Right there.
Right, okay. I understand now.
Don't worry, he's not offending us.
You
Anyway,
better not.
are we killing people or we're not killing people? Because that's the important question.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I don't have authority to do that at this point. Might even make more trouble.
Well, I
think what our friend is saying is perhaps we could do some investigation in Katan and understand a little bit more about the circle's manpower in the area. We wouldn't really want to walk into the dangerous situation that we cannot handle.
Yeah,
We have to be prepared. If this is certainly the item we have been told about, then I think we could certainly help you in this endeavor, but we would need to be prepared. And I believe there is at least one other venture that my friend Lucy there, he has to attend to in Katan.
Very well. We'll speak about research costings and the like later down the road. I'll see what I can do for you along the way, too.
My eyes just narrows on this Commonwealth, like...
So you need money from us to conduct your research?
Well, I don't need it straight away, of course. More, a cut of any of the findings you get along the way would suit me. In exchange, I can produce for you some useful enhancements. Especially if you have a habit of getting into trouble. I imagine that will come in handy.
Right, okay.
Other than that, just a place to sleep, and if I could ride in that cart for a while, that would suit me just fine.
Oh yeah, we have a cart, right. That's what I forgot about that.
Magically, you made your way down the path, and your cart is where you can see your cart in front of you at the bottom in the valley, waiting for you, not where you left it.
All the stuff still in it?
You're not there yet.
No.
It's visible,
See it.
and he's obviously heard you or witnessed you leave the cart behind.
So, as long as I keep an eye on you, I don't see a problem.
I don't think they need to keep an eye on our friend here. I'm sure it'll be fine. I mean, we're a capable group, so it doesn't matter if he tries to hurt us. What do you mean?
Those with scales never tell lies?
Now that's a stereotype. I have told many a lie in my life.
Yeah, I was about to say, this one just told me that you can't live a life without telling lies. So, contradiction, my friend. I'm still keeping an eye on
the scale of the lie, of course.
Just a quick question: are you like I'm a lizard, obviously. I'm a dragon man, a dragonborn. Yeah. Are you a lizard man?
They're very similar. Yeah, kobolds are just a lot shorter.
Right.
Another hairy boy!
He's not hairy. I want to clarify that our scales are not hair.
They are made of the same thing.
They're not made of the same thing.
They are right.
They're not. No,
you're hairy. Not. You're hairy and you're fluffy. Deal with it.
I mean, I hate to split hairs, but I have heard something similar spoken at the college to what Xerath was saying.
Now listen here, Mr. Kobold. I would appreciate it if you did not get involved in this hair situation. You've just joined this group, or about to. I don't want to ruin those chances for you. It's not
fair
hair.
Enough. Fair enough.
No. He's joining the group. He's agreeing. I'm liking it. Let's go.
Armored plating. We're calling it that.
No,
so is this one group or two groups you're talking about? They just happen to travel together.
I mean, we're a band of travel companions at this point. I don't know what we are. Are we friends? I would like to say we're friends.
A band of lovable assholes. There you go.
You saying we're not friends, Varric?
No, I'm just saying. I just want to clarify where we stand with each other.
I thought we were friends.
Okay, we're friends. That's good. That's.
Oh shit. Oh shit!
I appear to have opened a can of worms here. I'll just go down and get the cart.
We're not opening any cans, please.
I would say that we are friends. Well, those of us that traveled here together, we have a new acquaintance that may become a friend in the future, and of course yourself as well. So, I think, given we have mutual acquaintance and the mission you are on seems consistent with what our group as a whole are trying to achieve. I would be willing for you to join us if it was up to me. What do the others think?
Sure. Like I said,
I'm just here for the free booze and the ride.
Sure, Xerath, sure. Yeah, okay, Korsk. Let's say you're part of the group for just now. If arrangements need changing, I'm sure we can discuss that further down the line. I'm sure nobody will disagree with this decision. Like Cleo's already said, he's up for it. Lucy, please don't be mad at me. I swear we're friends.
Okay. I'm sure Marcus will be fine with it. We'll ask him when we get back.
Yeah, sure. Amanita, what do you think?
She kind of like hides under her. It's fine. It's fine.
Wait, where's that voice coming from?
Don't worry about it.
Maybe
Let's
it's
go to the
God.
car.
What?
Maybe it's God.
It is God. Or one of them, anyway.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, of course, it just looks like you're having a conversation with yourself somehow. It's like, well, here's to a lasting partnership then. And he'll proffer one pour out.
I'll shake his hand. Welcome to the Headhunters course, of which I've just discovered the name of our group. You should tell me things like this beforehand, Lucy. Seriously. Or Cleo. Cleo, you knew about this ages ago, and you haven't even mentioned the thing to me.
I wasn't aware it was an official name. I had heard it talked before. They I believe the group have a habit of when they have tradition of when they retrieve the bounty, they tend to prove the death by delivering the head of the person in question.
I suppose that's the best way to do it.
Like it.
Simple, effective.
Messy.
Well,
That's how
gets
good
the
you are with a
message
sword.
across, doesn't it?
Oh, yeah.
So let's head down to our wagon and get on the road.
Back to Katan City it is then.
Yeah.
Boy.
So by the time you get, the path snakes down. It gets easier and easier as you get down. Probably about half an hour later, you're at the cart. All your possessions and stuff that you left there seem to be there. What little you did leave. Lucy's just popped off. Charlie's just popped off. You get on into the cart. So it's a choice between Farrak and Lucy driving, I guess.
I'll take charge because I think Lucy drove all the way here, so I'll drive it back.
Amanita's gonna come out of Varric's pocket and just sit next to Varric, like a child, slumped that he's hiding, like in her fairy form, but she's got her cloak up, so she just looks like a normal child.
Okay.
I will kind of lean over and go, hello?
So,
Am I talking to you?
I don't know, I'm driving. My eyes are on the road.
No, I'm talking to
Hi.
this very small thing next to you.
This... Yeah.
Yeah, there's a thing next to you, yes.
Amanita, this is Xerath. I don't think introductions were probably made.
Thank you.
She's
Hi.
a part of the group now.
Hi.
Also a disappearing cap on his
It's so
shoulder.
weird.
I'll introduce him later, but that might be Pyrite just clambering over your shoulders.
Amanita will just still like hood up, like not even turn, just go, hi.
All right.
So you crack on down the road for a period of time. Charlie seems to have dropped off for quite a while.
He's saying it. He's just said there his Wi-Fi has dropped out, so
Right, okay.
I think he's on his phone at the minute.
Right, okay.
Yeah.
So you start going down the road. Starts off quite rocky. After a few hours, it's kind of become a bit of a dirt path. You've got kind of quite pleasant, actually. It's a nice day. You can hear the birds tweeting. Trees around. And you start heading round the crest of a hill. Quite rocky. It's like as though almost somebody's cut steps in, but it's like cliff faces around this side of this hill. And could you roll a perception check, please, Varric?
Mm-hmm.
And Amanita as well, actually.
Mm-hmm.
24. That's a
Nice.
good one.
Big money.
You know, big money. I had a D&D session yesterday, and it was all I was rolling was below a 15 every time.
Oh,
It was
no.
awful. So rough. So I'm glad I'm getting higher rolls today.
So you start heading down the road, and you both notice a flock of birds just suddenly a little bit further down the road just fly off into the distance.
I don't like the look of that, Varric.
Yeah, me neither. Something must have spooked him.
And as you get a bit closer, Varric, you see in the road a number of large cat-like footprints. Just a patch of them.
I've seen that we're communicating back and forth as this goes on. Of course.
Yeah.
Can I make a nature check to see if I can identify what the species is?
So you stop the cart. Do you nature check, please? You're going to have to jump out to have a look. So you jump out.
Careful, Korsk. It'd be an awful shame if something were to come out of these trees.
Pretty awful.
He's just like, just dead set focused on the track. And pyrite is flying around his head.
You are surprised by what you see. Because this far north, you wouldn't expect such a thing. But the footprints look like a lion's. Sorry?
This is one or several.
One as far as you can see.
It appears to be a breed of big cats that are more common in the southern regions of the continent. I'm not sure what they're doing up here in the mountains, but I assume they're hunting for prey like every other animal. And he'll climb back up on the back of the cart.
Do you see which way they went?
Which way did they go?
It's just a patch of footprints in the middle of the road. They seem to circle a little bit but they don't seem to go off in any direction.
It appears to have meandered a little bit. But there's too little there for me to really work with.
Well, at least we know we need to keep eyes on the road, eyes on the trees. Yeah, gotta be careful now. Right, let's get going then. Everyone stay sharp and keep your weapons potentially ready. I don't want to get attacked by some cat.
Yeah.
I mean, if worse comes to worse, I could always talk to it.
I mean, yeah, that could probably work.
You can
Or we could
talk
kill
to
him,
animals.
skin him, eat him. I've heard that works. Just putting it as an option. But were they eating anything? So obviously there's just tracks and stuff like that. Was there anything else in the area? Just having a quick glance. I wouldn't get a cart for it. But
Was there anything else? What? Sorry.
just like around the area, like were they like eating on anything, or is it just the tracks in the path?
Do an investigation check, please.
It'd be. I don't want to get out of the cart for that. I want to sit.
Oh, you don't want to get out.
Yeah, so I'll just.
Do an investigation check. So you can do an investigation check with a disadvantage. Anybody who wants to get out of the cart and have a look around can do an investigation check.
Yeah, mate.
Sorry.
So we'll get out and
take a walk.
How many people are going?
I will help Amanita so she can, if DM allows, she can roll.
I think 3 of us.
Okay. Corsk will look up from his supplies, just roll his eyes that we're stopped again, jump out and lend what help he can.
Okay.
Literally start moving the cart for 2 seconds and quickly stop it. And I'm just, wait.
Just picked up his floss and was like...
So you start having a look around, and of course you notice that stuck in the tree that the birds flew away from, towards the branches but stuck in the trunk, is a small spike. Like a porcupine needle.
So Corsk will gesture over to anyone who's around to come and look at the new finding. It's the kind of thing you would see on a... I've forgotten what the name of the creature is, but it has a tail and it can fling barbs by flicking it.
Have
A
you
barb
seen one
flinger.
of those?
I can't say that I have.
Do any of us recognize it?
I think it's more modern myth than anything else.
And yet something definitely left it there. And recently too, if the birds flew off in response.
Could you do a perception check, please, everybody?
Can I roll for Pyrite as well?
Yeah.
the kitty cat.
Where is it?
What's this with my rolls?
You've still got Whisper turned on as well, by the way.
That's some pretty good.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
oh, I rolled really good. God.
Nice.
That mushroom got some peepers.
So as you are inspecting the ground around you, Lucy and Amanita notice this big shadow just move across the ground. By the time you look up to see where it came from, it's gone.
Did you see that, Lucy?
Yep.
I don't like it here.
Did we see what direction it moved in?
So it moved over the cart from back to front.
I'm gonna check the cart.
Oh,
And Lucy's just gonna go over and have a look.
Can I step into the forest a little bit? Like where the road is, like where the tree was that the porcupine bark was, and see there is to be found.
So you can move in probably about 10 feet. There's a tree, and then there's like a collection of three trees together, and then you move about 15 feet, and then it's like a small cliff face down to... I said the hill side of the hill would be kind of almost cut out into steps, and these steps are probably about 15, 20 height, and they're like cliff faces that go across the side.
Okay.
So you've got about 10 feet, and then you've got the edge of one of these cliff faces.
Nothing on the floor like that's been.
No.
I'd say as Lucy obviously heads towards the cart, Amanita's like kind of like staying close, like tugging, like holding on to his jacket, like just weaving in between him, like staying as close as possible to Lucy.
Okay. So, a couple of minutes go by. You don't see any further signs.
Well, I think that's it then. Whatever was here, I don't think it's here anymore. Xerath, I kind of shout for Xerath. We come back to the cart. I think we should just get going. Whatever it was, I don't want to stick around and fight it.
It's unfortunate there wasn't more signs left behind. We might have figured out what it was.
But then if we figured out what it was, it might have just appeared. The longer we spend waiting around looking for it, the more likely it is we're going to find it and have to fight it, and I don't want that.
So as Xerath starts heading back towards the wagon, you hear a thud in front. And stood a little bit further down the road is this large dragon-winged creature with a lion's body, with a tail with barbs on it. A legend calls it a manticore.
That's it.
Nell knows what it is. My character has no fucking clue.
Stood right in front of you.
Oh no!
Let me just move the map.
Shit!
New friends at a boss fight.
Yeah.
Yeah!
Give us a minute. Let me just put the... I just need to sort this out.
We had a long rest in the town, didn't we? We stayed overnight and then left in the morning.
Yeah.
That's fine.
Yeah, I've just upgraded my shit. I had to ask because I have to prepare my spells every time, so it's like I better do that.
And let me just put the initiative tracker up.
Oh, you have to do this. One of my favourite monsters.
Could you all roll initiative, please?
Hey.
So, I'm assuming you guys start off in the cart, and only Xerath and Varak are outside at this point in time. Amanita's maybe on the seat, but I can't get her in a position where she's on. Because of just how the grid works. So, but you've all heard the noise, so there's no surprise. However, as your attention is fixed on the manticore in front of you,
Oh, fuck!
and another two above you begin to attack. So they're probably about 20 feet in the air on top of that cliff. It's not a massive cliff. So what they will do once I'm on the right layer is Oh. So this one on the left. Actually, it's the one on the right to go first. So he can only see Xerath. So he has 3 attacks with his tail spikes. And he's got 24 tail spikes, I will add. I will play ammo for these. So... there's his first attack. Is a 21.
Shit!
And that's 11 piercing damage.
Oh, shit.
Okay. The second one's a 10.
No.
And the third one is a 9.
Don't need
So you only 2 hits. Only 1 hit, sorry. And then the other one is going to attack firstly Varric. And misses completely. Hitting the horse in its back end. To which the horse starts to rear. And then quickly, as the horse is rearing, sends 2 more spikes flying. So the first one is at 18.
18 beats my AC.
So that's 5 piercing damage. And then the next one is at Amanita for 16. Sorry, was that a hit?
You
Okay.
muted Emily.
I'm muted. Yeah, it's.
Sorry, I was reading the message you sent me when it says, "Oh, Jess has sent me a message." Yes, that's 11 piercing damage. Please. And then we'll both stay where they are.
Fuck.
So that brings us to Xerath.
So, I'll go up to this lovely friend over here, and I'll cast Command Duel on it as my action, I think. Yeah, as my action.
You casting what, sorry?
Command Duel. So, it needs to make a wisdom save of... Yeah, wisdom save for me, please.
Oh, wisdom save, okay.
Mm-hmm.
8.
So, you compel a creature into a deal. One creature that you can see within range must make a wisdom saving throw. On a fail save, the creature is drawn to you, compelled by your divine command for the duration. It has disadvantage on attack rolls to other creatures, and must make a wisdom saving throw each time it attempts to move to a space that's more than 30 feet away from you.
So basically, it keeps you nearby. It can attack you without
straight. It just attacks me as normal, but
Okay.
it's basically focused on this lovely lady in front of it.
Cool.
And then, then that was bonus action because it is a bonus action spell. As an action, I'll attack it.
Okay.
I'll swing away. 12 does not hit. Does it hit?
12 does not hit. No.
Yeah, shit.
So, let's just see.
Well, shit.
Okay. So, that one I think will stay there. Cleo.
What does Cleo
Oh.
do?
Cleo will jump out the back. As he jumps out the back, he will notice there is another manticore that has landed behind. At which point he will cast. Once I open his character sheet, he will cast Thunderwave when I get there. He's going to move a little bit forward first, and I'm not quite sure why the hell that's just done what it's done. Sorry, Roll20's going a bit crackers on my non-recording PC for some reason. That's better. Alright, so let me just hide that. Hide that. Where are you at? Sorry about this. It's just being a pain in the bare backside. Right, Thunderwave, where are you? Oh, I'm trying to get rid of the thing that tells you what everything is. Oh, why is it so slow? Sorry about this. I don't know what's going on. Thunderwave. There we go. I'll cast it at 2nd level as well. I was going to move him, wasn't I? That was what I was trying to do as he... So he'll move up to there and cast his Thunderwave. So that is 12 damage. And the Manticore needs to do a Constitution save, I think. And I think we said it was 17 for him. The Manticore rolled a 4 anyway. So that puts him there. And he takes 12 damage, I said, didn't I? What's going on? And that's the end of his go. So that then takes us to that particular Manticore. Who will then use his 3 of his tail attacks against Cleo. So the first one, he rolls a 12, so that's a miss. The second one was a 10, so that's a miss. And the third one is a 16, which meets it and beats it, and gives him 9 piercing damage. Which leads us to Lucy.
Having heard some commotion in the back, Lucy will promptly turn round, jump out here, see the Manticore, go, oh shit, and fire 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Okay.
First and the second. A 17 and a 21.
So both are hits.
Okay. 12 force damage total.
Okay.
And that's his turn, but he might end it with, guys, there's a few of them!
Yes.
Magic. So that then leads us to... Okay.
Oh, I don't like that laugh.
Layer. Token layer.
Oh, God.
So seeing that happen, this particular manticore will do 3 tail strikes at. He'll probably do 2 at Lucy and 1 at Cleo. So the first one at Lucy is a 23.
Well, that kind of hits.
8 damage. And the second one's an 11, so misses. And the one at Cleo is 19, so 5 damage. Cool.
Whose idea was it to look around for these creatures?
Not a very good idea.
Fair warning, Lucy is contemplating setting the whole forest on fire.
Oh shit.
So the next one is going to attack Xerath.
Yes.
So he gets 1 bite and 2 claw attacks. So the bite is a 20.
Meets it. Jesus Christ, how are you getting this lucky?
And 4 piercing damage.
Oh.
And then the claw attacks is a 17, which is a miss.
Mm-hmm.
And a 17, which is a miss. It's not like roll 20 to roll the same number twice, is it?
No, not at all.
The damage was different both times, though. And the advantage rolls were different both times. Which leads us to Amanita.
With that, she else. I am going to getting the ump. She is going to cast. Where was it? Actually, I could do that. No, that'll make it awkward. Sorry. 1 sec. Joe, what she's gonna do? Sorry, where is it from? She'll do Thunder Wave at a level. What level? What level have I chosen?
So where are you moving? Where are you moving to do the Thunder Wave? Because it's a 9 square if you know what I mean. 3 by 3. So you're jumping off the front and going towards one by Xerath, or
it'll be this area here. So how far is she probably? It didn't come up with the information. Of course it didn't.
So it's 15 square, isn't it?
15, 5, 10.
So that's 3 by 3. So you could run forward and just about and get the thing, or you can fly upwards and try and get the ones that are on top of the cliffs.
That's what I'm thinking. I might fly upwards.
Okay, so you just need to be a little bit closer then.
Yeah.
So they're 20 feet up, so that would take that's 4 squares of movement effectively. And then what's your what's your speed?
It's 30.
30 flying.
Yeah.
Okay, so 4 would be getting to the right height, and then 2 forward. So I think you're fine where you are. 1, 2, 3. I think you can just. Are they in range?
Good question.
Yeah. I mean, I'd assume you fly diagonally so towards one of them. So you could go here. Sorry, that wasn't meant to be me drawing. But you...
Whereabouts? Sorry.
Sorry, let me... You could go there.
Yeah,
and
I'll
then
go
get and then get that one.
there. Yeah.
I'm not quite sure you get that one as well. So you just get that one. Yeah, maybe. Okay.
Yep. Do that.
Cool. So a 16. So it's certainly a hit. Or is it six? It's 16. Wait, it's 16 damage. 16 damage, and you do the con save, don't you? So they need to do a con save.
Yeah, for Thunderwave, it's a con save, and if they fail it, they get moved 10 feet.
So it's just that one. So they failed.
Mm-hmm.
So he will move 10 feet back and take 16 damage, was that?
Yeah.
So I'm assuming you want me to use the first one.
Yeah. Just do that one.
Cool. And I need to make sure that Cleo, I marked his...
I'll
yes,
just double check if I've got any bonus action.
sorry. My bad. Some of your cantrips might be bonus actions.
Yeah, I'm just going through 'em. I don't think I've got any bonus actions other than I can summon something, but there's no point in that. So yeah, that's it.
Cool. So, Korsk.
Okay. Important question. Which of all of these manticores are in direct sunlight?
All of them.
All of them. Okay. Right. Then... Okay. So to begin with, we're going to invoke the potion rule, and he will consume his resilience elixir and gain +1 AC.
Okay.
Then, which side? I think it makes sense for him to stay with the group, so he's going to... Whoops. He's going to hop out the back and take position under these trees. And while he does that, he'll cast Healing Word. So a bell attached to his wrist rings just as he jumps out of the car. And Amanita, you regain 9 hit points.
Cool.
And then we'll keep it simple for now, I think. He'll reach into his satchel, pull out a vial, and chuck it up at this manticore.
Cool.
So that's a dex save.
Dex save. $22. They've got +3.
Yeah.
So.
Okay, no damage then.
So you sling your vial through the air and it just lands at its feet, but it just kind of pounces out of the way. using its wings as elevation. So that leads us to Pyrite.
Yeah. Good question.
I think he would normally follow you anyway in initiative.
Yeah, I made a mistake when rolling. He actually it goes on my turn as well.
I think it's probably good to have him there though, so we remember him. Otherwise, we'll just keep forgetting.
Yeah. Okay. So he will just. I think he'll just follow course. Go here.
Cool.
And on his turn, he takes the dodge action unless I tell him otherwise with a bonus action.
That's fine. So, Varric, the horse is the horse.
You cut out there when I can't hear you.
Sorry?
No, you cut out for me there. I couldn't hear you.
Did I? So the horse is rearing in front. What do you want to do?
Everyone's kind of getting off the horse at this point.
Everyone's off. Do you want to leave it to bolt, or are you going to try and
I'll.
use your turn to calm the horse?
How attached is the horse to the cart? Is it like
It's tied.
tied? Can I
Yeah, it's like reined.
Can I just cut the reins and let it go so it just runs away?
You can do.
Cool. I'm just gonna do that. And so yeah, let the horse go. Let it run free as bait, because it's a bigger target than I am. That's for sure.
I thought you were referencing Spirit there for a moment, like run free, and then it's like, nah, just bait.
Yeah, just bait. That's it. Cool.
Actually, it'll probably run down this way. Seeing the manticore in front, it'll head down here.
Into the forest. Do I still have an action to do something else?
I would say you used your action to cut the reins. You can use a bonus action if you want.
I don't have any. I'm just gonna get my staff, have my staff in hand, and I'm just gonna, take cover in the cart, but still leave myself visible, and I'm just gonna get ready to cast spells for the next turn.
Cool. You can move. You can move if you want.
Yeah, I'll probably just move.
You can
back
jump down and
into the cart. It's a covered cart. I imagine it's a covered cart. So as everyone's jumping out and stuff like that, I'll.
It's covered with like a tarpaulin.
Yeah, that's fine.
Type of thing, so they can't see you. They'll obviously know you're inside the cart if they've been watching you. So, it then takes us back to the first couple of manticores at the top. So, this one on the left will attack Amanita with tail spikes. So the first one is a 17.
Hits.
For 9 damage.
Right.
The second one is a 6, so misses by a mile. A natural one. And then the last one is a 19 for 7 damage.
Okay.
So that is 16 damage in total.
Oh, you pesky thing.
And I've done it again, haven't I? I keep closing the blooming Manticore character sheet when I need it every turn. Right. So they've got 50 feet fly speed. So it's still 20 feet in the air. He's going to effectively do a bit of a dive bomb. And he's going to whip his spikes at Lucy and Korsk. So the first one is a 21. And that's against Lucy.
Yeah,
For
that
4
is.
piercing damage. For 4 piercing damage. The second one is a 14 against Lucy.
Miss.
And then the last one against Korsk is a 13.
Miss.
Cool.
It embeds into his shield, and he just raises it to take the impact.
Lucy will be using a reaction.
Okay.
It's going to happen.
Hellish Rebuke. Can you do a...
Dexterity save, please.
Okay.
I'm assuming they're very dexterous.
+3, I think, is what it was.
Yeah, they are +3. But he only rolled a 9, so he's got 12.
Cool, so he gets 37 fire damage.
That's one way to do it.
So you can smell singed fur right after your hellish, your kind of ball of flame or whatever it is that comes from the Hellish Rebuke makes contact with the manticore. You can see that his wings slightly on fire as he kind of flies past. Assuming he continues flying, which he will do.
I've always imagined it as just, if it works, you get hurt and just turn to look at them and they just go, yeah. Just like a quick blast of flame and then gone.
Yeah. So, Xerath.
Cool. So, first things first, as a bonus action, I will cast my channel Divinity. So, I'll take my one hand onto my little thing around my neck, and in Elvish I'll say, well, loyalty and honor if you must. And then basically I've got advantage on it for a minute until it falls unconscious as part of my channel Divinity. So I'm just going to attack it twice, if I may.
Yep.
How on earth is that possible?
2 15s, 2 hits.
Oh.
So that's my first hit. 1d8 plus 5. So 10 for the first one.
Okay.
And then my second hit. Ooh. Okay. 21.
15, isn't it? Again.
Is it? Oh yeah, the first one is 15. And
So you got 15, then you got 15 again. And you're saying
it's 1d8 plus that. So it's 8 damage on the second one. 10 on the first one, 8 on the second.
18. Right.
And you know what? Fuck it. I'm going to smite it with a first level smite. So you're getting a 2d8 extra damage because screw it. 6 damage. Thank you. That's all. I'm done.
Cool.
And then I'm going to come at me, you bastard.
Okay.
Just side my death shield there, man. Okay.
So that then leads us to how would it react?
You just called Cleo it. He's not it.
It's not Cleo. There's
I was gonna say on a turn out order. It's
As long as there's not 5 more manticores coming in.
Yeet.
Oh.
Charlie's just decided to leave.
Again?
I think it was at the fact that there might be more manticores coming.
Alright. So it's the I'm just trying to work out whether or not it would go for Xerath or go for
Well, I'm a bit
If it goes for
mouthy.
the horse is dead, basically.
I mean, I'm a bit mouthy, so...
Yeah. It can probably... I mean, they would hunt as packs. So, seeing that its friend is in danger, I think it would go for Xerath. So, I just need to get myself back on the... So, it's going to fly down. And...
Oh!
Flank you, effectively, if I go the other side. And it's going to do it. 2 claws and a bite.
An advantage. Both.
With advantage, so 23 on the first.
Yeah, that hits.
So that's 5 slashing.
Oh,
Second claw attack. 24.
Mm-hmm.
It was 24 and a 7. So 9 slashing damage.
Perfect.
And bite this time.
Uh-huh.
23. That was
How
a 7 and a 20.
so lucky?
So the 3 sets of rolls, and you'll be able to see them on the video when
Yeah.
But,
I
so
believe you. Yeah.
8 and 23. So
Yeah.
23. 24 and 7, so 24, and 7 and 23. So that last one was 7 piercing damage. So that 5 slash, 9 slashing, 7 piercing.
Ah, okay. I'm alright. I'm fine. I'm good.
And that's Satsuko. Which then leads us to Cleo, who noticing the one next to him that's just it's in the air, isn't it? No, so that's not a good idea. He's just going to walk towards this one again and thunderwave it off the map.
Wall hacks.
He's going to go with level 3 this time.
Does that make it Schrodinger's manticore?
So that's 20 anyway. And it needs to do a con save. Which it failed because it needed to roll a 17 and it rolled a 13. So I'm going to just move it up here. So it's still the distance away from him, but still on the map. And what did I said 20, didn't I? So it was a 10 and a 10. And that's the end of his go, which then leads us to that manticore. So this manticore's just gonna actually run up to him and then slash at him with his claws. So the first one is a 22, which is a hit. So that's 6 slashing damage. And then another claw attack, which is an 11, which is a miss. So it swings, hits, knocks him to one side, and then actually swings again, but because it's knocked him to one side, misses, and then goes in with a bite, which is definitely a hit because it was a 24 and 5 piercing damage. Which then leads us to Lucy.
So, being a vengeful sort, the one that hit him and he hellish rebuked 2 Eldritch Blasts.
Cool.
A 16 and 22.
So they're both hits.
Ooh, nice. That is 26 force damage. Yay! Match them
So-
for the first time ever.
So, it is flying with momentum toward you. Hit it twice, it starts to drop out the sky, and then it crash lands dead at your feet. Almost landing on top of you. I was going to be mean and go, can you do a dex save, please? All three of you. But decided not. Would you like to move? Or do anything else?
I'll probably pick up the head of pick up this one by the head, just enough, and sort of wave it at the one in front of Cleo and go, Cleo! And then end my turn.
Cool. Could you do a strength check, please? It's like the size of a lion. It's
7.
yeah. So you bend over to kind of rip it up, and I seem to recall ages ago that the time when you shaved Yin's head, you also got a little bit of revenge on Lucy at the same time, didn't you? And you loosened the stitching on Lucy's trousers. Lucy bends over, tries to pick up the manticore head.
Yes!
And splits his trousers.
At that point, I will turn so that I am facing away from the manticore and go, nya, 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 and then try and hide it. And that will be my turn.
I do remember these things sometimes.
Oh, that's brilliant.
I was going to ask, does the entire party treasury start falling out?
No, they're in the...
No, they're in the bag of holding in the...
double layered, just to keep it safe. Double layered.
Double bag. Cool. So that leads us to this manticore over here.
Manticores.
He is... he's still high up, so he's probably going to fly to here to get a better angle. And then he's going to do 2 spike attacks on Korsk and 1 on Lucy. So I'll do the ones on Korsk first.
He needs to beat 18.
Yeah, so the first he rolled 2 natural. He rolled a natural. I rolled with advantage on roll 20, and he rolled 2 natural ones. But anyway, so the first one's a 6.
Okay.
The second one's a 20.
Okay.
So that's 7 piercing damage. And the third one is a 21, Lucy. So the one that goes to Lucy hits 8 piercing damage.
Yep.
So seeing his friend go down, this one get himself a better angle to try and hit, make his hits a bit more effective. He kind of flicks 2 of his tail spikes at Korsk, one of which hits. The last one gets flung between. By this time, has turned his butt to the manticore that's fighting Cleo, wiggling his backside, and the spike hits him right in the butt cheek.
Now, can I ask, is this the same butt cheek that Alice may have bolted? Or is this the other butt cheek?
It is the right butt cheek. I'm not sure which butt cheek Alice bolted.
I believe it's the same butt cheek. Okay. That one was healed!
New title.
It's just ripping you a new one.
Lucy both barrels.
Yeah, I think we have a title for this week.
You have
What's
holy
that?
cheek.
What?
It's just ripping you a new one.
Just ripping you a new one.
Yeah.
Cool. So that's that one to go. And number 1. So the one fighting Xerath. So he has advantage on you this time.
Me.
4. Claw bite.
You know this dying thing I've been keep doing in other games?
So 19, so that's a miss, isn't it?
Yeah.
21. 9 slashing damage.
Jesus Christ, man! 9, did you say? Sorry.
Yeah, 9 slash.
Cool.
And 21 again. For 6 piercing
No!
damage.
I don't fucking believe that!
Are you on the floor?
No! Not yet, but... Jesus Christ, man.
Is this
Think you
about
never
time to
need to
ask who the party healer is?
Oh, there's a few of
Healers.
them now. We actually started off with none. It was
Our
portions on
only
Lullaby.
two were NPCs for a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
That's
telling me
alright.
that's all he has.
Yeah, so Wayne tried to balance the party initially by making Larissa, who they were rescuing, a cleric. And then we switched to Cleo, who was a druid, but then we got a druid. And then we got we've now got paladin. And you've got healing word as well, Sam.
Yeah.
So I think we are definitely in a lot better position now, healer wise.
I'm not sure Xerath would agree.
Jerv's not having a good time.
So, that's the end of its go.
Oh, thank fuck for that.
Amanita. Jess.
Right, before I do anything, what's the weather like?
It is nice and sunny.
Okay. I'm still going to do it. Here we go.
Oh,
Cold lightning.
She is pissed.
Okay. So I'm imagining it's like Fairy meets Storm off the X-Men. She's like sat there fluttering her wings, but this like this storm cloud forms above her, and it like kind of lightning crawls in her. Dexterity save. Who are you going for? The same. This one over here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
He attacked her. He's getting it back, and she's not had a good time at the moment. She's lost friends. She's not happy.
10.
well,
So is that 31? 3d10 on a failed. If you are outdoors on stormy conditions, it's not stormy conditions, so it's just 23. I'm assuming 23, yeah?
I guess so.
Yeah, so I think it's 23,
Yeah.
and then you add the extra 8 if it was stormy conditions.
Yeah, if it was stormy conditions, I'd get
You've had
control of the weather.
Yeah, so you've effectively had to summon your own storm.
Yeah.
Which kind of appeared for a while, and then it now.
Yeah,
It's kind of,
she's just like, she's still in the tantrum mood. She's like,
cool. So, what else are you doing? Are you
with that, she'll kind of collect hearing
Xerath?
Xerath, yeah, hearing Xerath, like she can like grunt as she's took the last hit. She'll kind of brush herself off, change her concentration
into doing a bonus action. Here we go. She will cast a healing spirit.
Ah.
And it'll be little tiny mushrooms like hugging her feet.
So you can't cast. You can only cast 2 spells in a turn. If one.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so I can't cast that one.
So you can't cast that one now.
Okay, I'll do that next time then. Is this? I don't think I've got it. Yeah, I have got healing word. Yeah, I'll do healing word instead. There you go.
Hey!
You still get healed.
How much?
Cool.
I'll save that other one for the next time.
How much?
That's
12.
That seems to be the same thing again at 3rd level.
I don't know why it keeps doing 3rd level.
Yeah.
I'll change it to 1st level. There you go. There we go. It worked out.
6.
Yay!
Woo!
Okay. Okay, thank you.
It's an extra claw attack you'll survive.
Yeah, so
Course.
if Course glances over at Xerath, does she really want to get out of there? Or is she just having a time of her life?
You cannot
loving it.
see her. You cannot see her at the moment.
Oh, that's a good point.
You can hear about some sort of. You can hear kind of yelps and stuff over the other side, but you can't actually see her unless you move.
Okay.
Can I record that? She wouldn't say a word.
Sorry?
She wouldn't say a word.
You wouldn't say a word.
So
Yeah, but you would like grunt as you swung your sword
Yeah.
and stuff.
is this manticore on the ground?
Yes.
Okay. And he's... Okay, sorry. Mental math. Course will... Actually, I think he's going to stay in position. He's going to just duck out from behind the corpse of the manticore lying in front of him.
Okay.
And again, the chime at his wrist rings, and Lucy is going to get a healing word.
Is that Lucy?
Yep, Lucy. For 7 points of damage. And for his action, he is going to cast... let me just check I'm interpreting this ability right with you first. So I'll just quote it. Does that count or do I have to be in melee at the same time, or can that work if the target is at range and within 5 feet of an ally?
You have advantage on an attack roll against a creature if at least one of your allies is within 5 feet of the creature and the ally isn't incapacitated. It doesn't mention being in melee, so I would...
Okay. So he'll cast Ray of Sickness at the normal level, which is first. So basically he reaches into his satchel and pulls out what looks like a water gun with a compressed cylinder on it, pulls the trigger, and a jet of acrid, noxious fumes squirts out and in the direction of the manticore that is engaged with... I'm really sorry, I'm forgetting names. Leo. Okay, so I'll make that roll. This is a normal roll because it's pack tactics, cancelling out with sunlight sensitivity.
Okay.
24.
Wow. Cool.
Okay, and assuming that the manticore survives, it has to make a DC 15 con save.
Okay. Let me just have a look.
Advantage on attack rolls and ability checks is brutal. It's really good.
Only until the end of my next turn, though.
Still, that's enough though. That's really good.
So it does survive. It's looking worse for wear though. And Constitution save, did you say?
Yeah, con save.
That's another +3. 11.
14 then? Okay.
No. 11 total, including the.
Oh, okay. Yeah. He's gonna have a bad day then. So I imagine the jet just hits it full in the face, goes up its nostrils and into its eyes.
Disadvantage on attack rolls and ability checks. Right, okay.
I can quote the whole thing, I just prefer to do it in note form for these.
There we go. I'll mark him as poisoned. Cool. Is that your go?
Yeah.
So, or little dragon dude.
Remain in position. Take dodge action. He can't really do much else. Unless I tell him otherwise, of course.
Cool. Barak.
So I just want to double check the rules for casting. I can cast a spell. I can cast 2 spells a turn, but one has to be a cantrip.
It's yeah. So you can't cast 2 actions, for example.
Yeah.
It has to be one has to take an action, one has to take a bonus action, and one of them has to be a cantrip.
Right. Okay. That's fine. So hopefully, feeling that just static charge in the air, I'm gonna spin my staff around, start chanting in Draconic, and I'm going to cast a lightning bolt at the 2 seeing Xerath getting attacked by these 2 manticores. I'm going to cast lightning bolt at the 2 manticores, but I'm just aiming to clip their wings. I'm not aiming to get Xerath, so hopefully it goes fine, but I'm hoping to do a line like that.
Okay.
So,
cool.
So
is that a dex save, is it?
yeah, it's a dex 14 save, but it's 26 damage if they fail it.
So
it's half of that.
So the nearest one fails, the furthest passes.
Right. So it's just halved on a fail. So it's 13 to the one that passes, and then 26 to the one that fails.
Or the other way around. Is that right? No. What did you say? 13 and 26? Yeah, so
13, 26, yeah.
So the first one I said
Failed.
So that's 26. And then the next one passed, so that's 13. Cool. So that particular one at the back starting to look a little bit rough. Doesn't look serious, but definitely showing a bit of cut and bruising and, pardon me, a little bit of smoke coming off from the lightning. Manticore. So just as a question, while we're between turns, obviously this battle's probably going to go beyond 6:30. Are people wanting to stop at 6:30?
I'm going to have to disappear in 5 minutes or so. I've got to get stuff sorted myself, so...
Cool.
I've got work. I've got to be at work at 7:30. So.
Okay.
I'll
so
probably have to go at 6:30.
We'll finish at 6:30 then. Cool. And then cool. So that's Manticore. That's that one. That one's dead. So let me just take him off the thing. That takes us to this guy up the top, who's going to do his usual, throw some barbs at Amanita. So 1, 2. So the first one was a 7. The second one's a 17.
Yep.
So that's 10 piercing damage. And then the final one is an 18 with 9 damage.
Okie dokie.
Which then takes us to Xerath.
Hi.
Hello.
So, so Mighty Boy over here, I will attack him twice, please, at advantage, because he's got my Channel Divinity on him.
Okay.
So 14.
14 is 8.
Cool. 6. And he gets 6 damage.
Only 6. Okay.
Only shit. Right.
So it's starting to look rough now.
Yay. 24, 23.
Both hits.
Yay. 8 damage.
Yeah.
You will. And as a bonus action. Shall I do it? Shall I do it? Yeah, fuck it. I'm gonna cast Searing Smite at him for a 2nd level, so extra 2d6 for 3d6. 5. Well, roll 20 did 5 and D&D Beyond did 9, so not quite sure what's going on there.
So I think it's...
Is that not the 2 separate d6?
Yeah.
One's a 5, one's a 4.
So...
Yeah, so 5.
No, so 2d6 is if I hover over the 5, it's
Yeah.
a 2 plus 3 equals 5. And then I hover over the other one, it says 1d6. So it's cast at a 2nd level.
Yeah. I'm sure it's 2d6.
Is it a bonus action?
Yeah, Searing Smite's bonus action.
So it's cast at...
When you cast a spell using a spell slot of 2nd level or higher, the initial extra damage dealt by the extra attacks
1d6.
increased by 1d6. So 9.
It's 9.
Yeah, and it is bonus action. Nay.
Minus 9. Cool.
And I'll just smile. I'm like, ah.
So...
Just quickly, sorry guys, I'm gonna have to nip off now and stuff, but I hope the rest of the fight goes well, so good luck.
Thanks!
No, we'll see you
Very
next
cool.
week.
Yeah,
See you next week!
See you in a bit.
Bye.
Yeah.
Bye-bye.
In which case, I think we'll stop after Pyrite's turn, and then we'll start up next week with Varric's turn. Okay. It's not the end of the round, but it's one turn away from the end of the round. So, it's now the Manticore that's the other side of Xerath's turn.
Yes.
And
Yes,
you
it
can
is.
guess what he's going to be doing.
He's gonna attack the mouthy bitch in front of him.
So, bite
Yep. Please miss. Please miss.
is a miss. We got an 8. Claw is a miss. Got a 7. And then another claw, 16. Which is another miss. Rolls are in your favour.
Clearly.
Takes us to Cleo. Too busy concentrating on everything else to wonder what I'm doing. Okay. What's he gonna do? He's gonna save that, I think. He's gonna do No, he can't do that because he's not got the spell slot. Oh! So, I think he may just cast a first level Thunderwave. Which is a 9.
Nice.
Which oh, actually, no, I need to I've not done the con save yet. So it needs to get 17. Ooh, we got an 18, so it's on half damage, so it's not quite dead. So it's now on so there we go. And I need to take off the dead thing. Oh, I thought I'd killed it then. So. That's the end of Cleo's turn. Which then takes us to another Manticore, which is the same Manticore. He is going to get the hell out of dodge. And fly up here. Cleo's going to get an attack of opportunity. With his quarterstaff. Hits. And actually manages to get 7 damage, which kills it. Didn't last it much longer, did it? Cool. Right. Lucy, what were you up to?
Well, Lucy's feeling a bit annoyed at being a pincushion in his nearly healed butt cheek. So this very unlucky Manticore is going to get a fireball.
Cool.
Which shouldn't hit anyone.
He said the word.
Yep.
Yeah, so I'll assume you're positioning it so it won't hit anybody else.
Yeah, it's roughly here, I think. Just a bit bigger than that, but it doesn't hit anyone else.
So, dex save.
Yep.
How big is it?
20 foot diameter.
20 foot diameter, okay.
Yeah, so I've put it right on.
Yeah.
Shouldn't really. I can't get rid of that sort.
Cool. So let me just do the dex save. What is it on success?
If I think it's half. Yeah, half the damage. So you get 16 if you succeed.
So he's got a 15, which is meets it.
16 fire damage.
Okay. Cool. So he manages to just fly just out of the range and get some of the heat damage. What else are you doing? Or is that you?
That's my turn.
Cool. So that leads us to the Manticore in front of Xerath, who's going to do the usual thing and just attack 3 times. So, bite. 12, which is a miss. Claw. 13. Am I actually?
Not that I want to be that person, but are you rolling with advantage?
No.
Yeah, because you are flanking, so. The same.
It makes no difference.
Oh, okay.
I'm just working out. Am I playing with the right one here? For Actually, I should have been doing the one in the air, but it's this one's turn afterwards, so I'll do that now. And then the last claw is a 7.
Miss
Oh no, advantage 20.
that hits.
7 damage, please. Slashing.
Cool.
So that's the end of that Manticore's turn. And the other Manticore is the one that Lucy just attacked. So he is going to do the barb thing again on Lucy. Once I reopen his blimmin' character sheet. So tail spike 1. So that's a 21 to hit.
Yep, that hits.
So that is 7 damage.
Okay.
The second is a 24 to hit
That hits.
with a 4 damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then the last one is a 12.
That
So
misses.
misses. Which then takes us to Amanita. Jess.
Right, here we go. She's going to do this. So she's going to cause a spike growth. So any creature within that area, it'll be pretty much, I'd have it on top of that creature.
Which one where, sorry? The one at the top?
Click it. Yeah,
Okay.
we're next to my one. There we go.
That one there.
I learned how to click here.
So,
It's a Sophia.
cool. Yeah, so I think that's fine. So I'm assuming they come out the ground. It's on the ground.
Yeah.
So the ground in a 20-foot radius, centered on a point within a range. Twists and sprouts hard, spikes and thorns. Difficult terrain, and 2d4 piercing damage. Transformation of the ground. Any creature that can't see the area at the time it's cast. Okay, so you got to recognize it. So do you want to roll your damage?
Did it not do it? Okay, here we go. Ah, it doesn't come up with it.
So just click on, see where it's on the
Yeah.
on the.
Ah, there we go.
Okay.
Ooh.
Ooh. So the 1 plus a 3. So that's 4. Okay.
It's alright. I would draw the circle, but I don't know how.
Fine. We'll know it's spiky. In fact, yeah, There we go. Bit of spikiness. We'll assume it's just all kind of up here.
Yeah, it's like a small sphere, so.
Cool. Korsk.
Right. These things fly quite fast, don't they?
50 feet is their speed.
Okay. If I stand here... Oh, sorry. Wrong thing. If I stand here...
Yeah.
Do I have line of sight on... Xerath?
You have line of sight on the manticore in between you and Xerath. You can probably see her feet.
Does that still count as having visibility to the target? Or is it just blocked?
It's like 3/4 cover.
Okay.
but there's no cover on the manticore itself. What you thinking?
I'm going to cast a spell that relies on a line of sight. It's a vortex warp.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you could move a bit closer and you probably get better line of sight.
Yeah.
But,
So what about... It's 6 spaces, isn't it?
yeah, so certainly when you get to around here, sorry, where I just put that dot, what I meant to do was that. So certainly when you get to there, you've got line of sight.
Okay.
So I'm assuming you can move past Lucy and over the manticore corpse.
Yeah, I think it's worth the risk. So, of course, we'll run to... Whoops. Bolt over the manticore corpse and go to here.
Yeah.
And he'll pull a funny-looking pyramid contraption out of his bag, in which a organ crackles with psionic energy. He points it at Xerath, and a ray of light comes out of it, and she dematerializes. And then she rematerializes around... Put her next to Lucy, yeah.
Cool.
And I'll quote the spell, just so everyone can see it.
Is there a way I can save for the spell?
Sorry?
Is there a way I can save for the spell?
If you want, you can try to do a con save.
That.
I think it's for your own good.
24, I'm staying the fuck where I am.
So it fizzles out as it encounters the divine power of your god, and it just goes...
Yeah.
Alright, your funeral, I tried.
Your funeral indeed. So, Pyrite?
Pyrite. So I think he's actually going to move... he's got 30 feet flying. 1 minute. That's close enough. Okay, so I'm going to try and wedge him in here, so course can't be flanked in this sort of direction.
Cool.
I think that's going to be an issue since those manticores are still engaged with Xerath now.
Cool. So, if that's the end of your turn, we will call it a day for the week. That is that. How'd you find your first session?
We travel and roll, our intentions are good. Maybe we find